Hello, nieces and nephews. This is your Uncle Bill, and welcome to week 13. Can you believe it? 13! And it's cook week, and Uncle Bill has 5. Yes, 5 crazy things. Hi, Bridget. Great to see you here. Good that you made it, and hopefully we'll talk afterwards and see about all those phone calls you were going to make. And where'd my 5 crazy things go? Speaking of 5 crazy things, there they are. Ah! Uncle Bill's got things everywhere. 5 crazy things for cooking and for everyday use around the house. Let's start with the craziest of all. This is the best ice cream scooper known to man. Why is this so great? Andrew, great to see you here. I'm on number 1. And did you change your logo? I'm going to have to take a look at that. I like your new brand stamp, by the way. The greatest ice cream scooper made to man is this. It's got a little ball thing. You could actually use this to get out of your car if you were stuck in your car with ice cream. But then again, if you were stuck in your car with ice cream, who'd want to get out? This thing will go through any type of ice cream, no matter how hard. Not only that, it will release the ice cream. There's no water or anything. You know how a lot of times you go into the ice cream parlor and they have the thing and it's in the water. Well, why is it in the water bath? To heat it up. This thing, no heating required. No, it's actually even insulated so it doesn't bother your hand. Number 1. Another crazy thing from Uncle Bill's kitchen. What is this? This is a stainless steel food container with a silicone lid, overpriced. I think I paid $25 for 3 of these. Now, why did Uncle Bill buy these? Not just for the food storage. This will fit over a cat food can. And also, this is the perfect size for snuffing out an alcohol burning stove, camp stove. Not all of them come with snuffers. And that's why Uncle Bill bought it. That's number 2. Like smash the like button. Oh, thank you for smashing that like button. I love it. I love it. Andrew, you're great. And number 3, a colander. I think that's what these are called. Anyways, a measuring device for fluid. I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this in the near future, but this is great for when I make espresso in my Il Primo. I bring it up to 4 ounces. And why is it so great to have just 4 ounces? Because the container that makes the espresso is a 1-shot deal. It'll do 2 shots of espresso, by the way. But it's basically, you do 1 pour and then you fill it up again. But 4 ounces is perfect because I warm up the espresso water and I make sure that I'm getting steam first. Then I hit it to pour. If you go to pour directly on one of those small little espresso makers, it'll never work properly because what happens is your coffee grounds get wet. And once they're wet, they don't pass steam very well. Believe me, because I've done it. There's water and steam and coffee everywhere. This is a special type of can opener. And what is this? Number 4, actually. This is been out for a while, I think over 10 years, actually. And these are rim openers. And the advantage of a rim opener, this is number 5, is that number 6, which is, no, is that 5 or is that 4? That's 4. This is 5. I forgot. I grabbed one. This is just a cat food can. Now, I opened it up with the rim opener. Had I known this before buying these, I could have just used this instead because it's the same size. This also will snuff out an alcohol burner. The cost of this is like 25 to 30 cents. And it does a great job at snuffing out alcohol burners. I've also seen quite a few people make alcohol burners out of these. These are so versatile. You can also use them to store your cat food. What else do we have in here? Oh, this is a nylon pot scraper. No kitchen should be complete without one of these. This will save your pots a lot of work. It'll save your elbows a lot of work. And the other nice thing about it is you're not going to scratch your pots and pans with a nylon scraper. What you do is just get in there and scrape, 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 scrape. That's number 6. Buy yourself one of these. You'll never regret it. You'll save a lot on steel wool and plastic scrubbers. And this is what is perfect for that. A nylon scraper. I think I said scrubber, but I meant scraper. These are good if you own a cat. I don't have a cat anymore. I miss her. But this will seal off just about any size can of cat food or whatever else small food you have. Like you have your cat food here. That's number what? 6, 7? Anyways, that is my bag of tricks, my 5 crazy things from Uncle Bill's house that have to do with cooking. I was looking at all sorts of cookbooks this weekend, thinking about maybe getting another one. But I realized Uncle Bill has plenty of cookbooks. I just have to use some of them. I also have lots of soy curls, which Uncle Bill has found out soy products are something that Uncle Bill's supposed to stay away from. Oh no, once you know it, I find out after look at my hair. My hair's a mess. Well, not that much of a mess, but anyways. Soy products supposedly make you have more female hormones, and female hormones make female body parts. And Uncle Bill has what they call a BRCA2 gene defect. My brother just had breast cancer, and I'm prone to it too because I have the BRCA2, and so do all my kids. And long story, but we're all avoiding cancer the best we can. And I guess you can say that's been on my mind. So let's see, we're not even halfway through, and we're having all sorts of fun. Andrew, how things out on the other side of the world? I hope that this whole thing with Russia and Lithuania and everything, it's closer to England than it is to the United States. So I imagine it's probably got everyone concerned, just like it does us here. Now this scoop, if you ever see one of these, grab it. I have tried every ice cream scoop known to man, and this, I tell you, is the best ice cream scoop I've ever used. Now, granted, it doesn't give you that nice, pretty ball that you get from a lot of ice cream scoops. Those scoops, to get that nice ball, they have to be warmed up. This is also worth it. This is the rim remover from cans. Now, this is a can opener that breaks the rim seal. It's also what's called a safe can opener because there's no sharp edges after you've done this. Both the lid and the can don't have any sharp edges afterwards. And then this graduated cylinder, good for measuring liquids. I use this for measuring the water going into my espresso. I love. Oh, and coffee. Oh, by the way, just a little bit of, I've been reading up about, I guess, the bad decisions we make and the marketing ploys that are used. What is it? Death Wish coffee. Yes, it tastes okay. It's a good coffee, but I do not think Death Wish is worth what they cost. It costs between, the lowest I've seen for a pound of Death Wish coffee has been $16. And the highest I've seen it for is between $23 and $25 for a pound. Their advertising claim is Death Wish coffee. It is twice the caffeine. Well, of course it's twice the caffeine, because if you look at the brewing instructions, guess what? They ask for twice the beans of a normal cup of coffee. Of course it's going to be more caffeine because you got more beans, and less water because your beans are going to soak up some of the water. There you go. Uncle Bill destroying another coffee myth. All right. Wow. Andrew. And, oh, geez, I owe a couple of other videos, and I've fallen behind, and I apologize. I owe one video on the climber. My climber video was going to be a short video. I was last Friday going to get my ID card at the ID lab because my military retiree ID card has expired. Now, granted, I still can get on base using my disabled vet ID card, but I'd kind of like to have the right ID card to get on base, which is my retiree card. Gate guard wanted to take it from me, and I told him no way, because I know the way that the ID card place will operate, and they'll say, "Where's your ID card?" "Oh, the base ID, the base gate guard took it." "Well, we're not going to give you one." So anyway, so Friday I go all the way up there. I ride the bus. Takes about an hour to get there. And lo and behold, budget cuts. Every other Friday, pass and decal is closed. Closed to military and military retirees. But in our cost savings that the government has, fuel has gone up to 50. Whoa, I guess that's a lot. We've got 50% too. Wow. That's, one of the things, Andrew, oh, now you got me on energy. We're up to $6 a gallon, which is probably half of what you guys are paying. And we're crying about it. And with electric, one of the things that they've been doing for a long time here, is they're convincing everybody in Southern California, oh, get electric for your house, solar generation. And we'll only charge you $10 per month to hook into the grid. And Uncle Bill's like going, $10 a month, that's $120 a year. I don't want to pay $120 a year extra just so that I can produce electricity for other Californians. I mean, granted, I would do it if they let me do it for free, or they paid me, which they used to do, but now they charge. And what they're trying to do is to get the whole Southern California into a solar generating facility for the rest of the country. You watch, it'll happen. And so if I get solar, I'm not going to pay that $10 per month back to SDG&E or whoever happens to be our power company at the time. I'm going to get separate wires put in and separate DC lighting. Because one of the things that about electricity that a lot of people don't know is back in the 1800s, it was, I think it was between, now I'm going to forget his name. I know Edison was the one for AC, but the other one was the perpetual motion, and the name escapes me. He's the Van der Graaf generator. I think Van der Graaf might be his name. But anyways, there was another push for DC power. Now, DC power is much more efficient. It's a much lower voltage, yada, yada, yada. But AC won out because it was politics. Now, if Uncle Bill puts in solar, I'm going to put in solar, but I'm going to have it generate to DC powered batteries and then DC powered lighting so that I have DC electric in the house, which will be more efficient. I'll need less panels and it'll work better. And that's where my stand on power generation. And the other thing that they're doing right now is they're talking about food shortages. Well, Uncle Bill ain't seen a real shortage on food yet. And every time they talk about that, I go to the pantry and I buy more. And I have so much, I have probably enough to last me a couple of months without going out the door. And I heard recently that what you have to watch out for is if they notice that you're not going out the door, somebody might think you have food stores, so they'll try to get it from you. Or maybe we should all buy guns. Oh, craziness. Now, food-wise, there is the morito. The morito is a concoction that I invented a while back that basically is a burrito with a s'mores inside of it. And it was delicious. Talk about a snack. That is a great snack. We have a store, and I don't know if you have them in England, but it is a store, bargain groceries, where they have food that's just about ready to spoil. So they sell it at a reduced price. I was able to pick up some, I didn't bring my cookie scoops. I was thinking about bringing those. I recently went to a party on Wednesday last week. It was fun, and I brought cookie dough bites, which basically dough balls. And the recipe called on the box said, make them into 1-inch balls. And I ate them, and I was like, how in the world is anybody going to want one of these things when they have to work at it? Because with a 1-inch dough ball, it's either 2 or 3 bites to eat one. Whereas if you take 1 teaspoon and you make a little ball, then a person can just pop it in their mouth, eat it, and be happy. Because one of the things that you want to do whenever you're doing party food is make it easy for the people that are at the party. If you're ever bringing a cake or cookies, well, cookies are the easiest thing to bring to a party. Anything that has to be manipulated with a utensil, make sure, the friendly narcissist, great to see you here. And what's up with you all? The ball talk. Ball talk? What ball? Oh, the ball. The ball talk. I was it was a 1-inch ball that you make out of cookie dough. And I'll go back to the beginning of the story because I didn't even start there. I started in the middle. I was just recently at the Family Grocery Bargain Outlet store. Say that 5 times real fast. They had for sale red velvet cookie dough mix. 1 box for 50 cents. So, of course, I got a couple of boxes because I was going to a party on Wednesday. And thanks for the 11-minute warning, Bridget. And we're all starting to talk about low stocks of wheat here. I never know UK imports 27% of the wheat from Russia. It's funny because over here, we hear that we export wheat to Russia. So what does Russia do? Get our wheat and then export it to you guys? The world is crazy. It definitely is. And why is it that you can buy something so inexpensively? I'll give you an example. I bought an MP3 player. Of course, as soon as I bought it, I think they do this on purpose. As a matter of fact, I know they do this on purpose because I am a reviewer on the site that this happened to me on, and it happens on more than one occasion. Thank you very much, the friendly narcissist. I have I confess, friendly narcissist, because I forgot your name and I don't have it written down. And I'm awful at names. Uncle Bill So if you put it in there, I would love it. Thank you very much. I know you're from back when we were all in Pat Flynn's. Ashley, no, you're not from. Oh, I remember now. Ashley from over with Mick. Yes. How is Mick these days, by the way? I haven't seen or heard from him in like forever. And Ashley, it's great seeing you. And how's weather on the East Coast? And back to my story about dough balls. 50 cents a piece. I bought them at the family grocery outlet. The first couple that I made, actually the first batch I made with the 1 inch. I followed the directions and I took a bite and I go, these are going to be too hard to deal with. On the second batch, I used my 1 inch, my 1 teaspoon cookie dough baller, and I went, made the cookie doughs, and they were a hit. Everybody loved them. They came also with white chocolate that they said would only take 45 seconds in my microwave. Well, my microwave's tired. It took me, Uncle Al, great to see you. All right, Ashley, Uncle Al is Die Bullfrog 79. You got to check out his channel. It's very good. And you also have to check out Andrew's Simple Cooking channel. Andrew has a to die for cooking channel. And of course, I should be talking about Andrew's Simple Cooking on Cook Week. And also, Uncle Al does some cooking, but he does a lot of other things too, just like Uncle Bill does. Although this year, Ashley, I've niched down and I owe some past videos. One is for the camping video, which I really got halfway told in that story. All right, so the cookie balls, they got done, one teaspoon baller, and it worked great. And everybody was happy on Wednesday. But on Friday, when I went to get my ID card, the ID card place was closed. And it was closed due to budget cuts. The funny thing is we say that we're saving money, but the office was open for contractor cards. So I don't see whether we're really saving that much money at all. But we saved money. At least we did on the books. Now, I turned that day into a exercise day, and there was a lot more footage because I walked to the beach that day. I walked down to the Hotel Del. I made friends with a guy named Steve on the bus, and I rode the bus both up and back from Coronado Island. Had I walked the whole way, the round trip would have been probably well over 25 miles. So the bus kind of helped quite a bit. It cut 14 miles out of my trip, which was kind of nice. And that was pretty much it. Ashley, yeah, it is. How are things in, let's see, I think you're near Florida, but not Florida. Or I know it's east of here. Of course, everything's east of California, just about. Even Andrew is east of here. Except Uncle Al might be west of me. It all depends because California kind of goes kind of funky. It was such a great week. And it's going to be a very, very busy next 2 weeks. Uncle Bill's going to be going next week to camping and do some outdoor cooking. I'm going to the desert and spending 2 nights because I'm trying to go to all of the campsites that are in, yeah, I know you're north, but I think you might be northwest or straight north, or it's kind of funny because I think it was Reno, one of the places north. They said, oh, we're actually west of San Diego. And Reno, I think, is actually west of San Diego, which really doesn't, Reno, Nevada, Well, you think of Nevada as being east of California, but yeah, it is. But Reno is west of San Diego because we kind of hook around and stuff like that. I was looking for Ashley's channel, but can't. Ashley, if you can, put your channel name in there, and you don't have to put it in, with the dot. Just leave a space and then put the word dot, and that'll be perfect. And then everybody can visit and join you guys too, because that's what we do. We help each other. And there's Regenia also. She's a fun lady to talk to on. Oh, I sent Uncle Al a thing about I can't even remember, the Demolition Ranch. And if anybody else wants, I'll send it to them also. Demolition Ranch just recently had a video where he shot every single gun that he owns in one video, where he just shot one round out each. And that guy owns more guns. Wow. I was in the military and I didn't even see that many guns. He has a lot. I wouldn't want to be trying to break into Demolition Ranch, that's for sure. And I love the fact that it's getting warmer in San Diego. I went the whole winter without once lighting the pilot light to my furnace. Now, granted, there were some nights where it was a little chilly underneath my two comforters and blanket, but it worked. It all worked. And 3 more minutes. What shall we talk about for 3 minutes? A 3-minute timer? We could time it off and see. You see how I love these things. For $1.25, you can get them over at the Dollar Tree. These are the best things they have. And then you have my favorite timers. This is what I use for an alarm clock now. The Thermal Pro. These guys they'll wake the dead. With the tinnitus that I have now, with the loudness of it, I can't hear a soft alarm because I have a ringing in my ears all the time anyways. So, yes, I wasn't going to talk about that, but since Bridget brought it up, I will say Bridget has an operation and it's really serious one. So if you could all pray for her, it would be much appreciated. It's a prophylactic operation, a double mastectomy, so that it will prevent breast cancer, because she has an 85% chance of getting it if she doesn't. And the clock has been ticking, and hopefully we'll beat the clock. Let's pray that when it happens, because it'll actually be about this time tomorrow that she'll be going under the knife, and we all pray the best. Yes. And Bridget, if you have anything that you want me to say to anybody, let me know. And you guys can probably reach out to her on Facebook too and send her your best. And it would be much, much appreciated, because I'm going to be giving a lot of care to help her out. But I will be unavailable for 3 days next week, which we will probably call in a nursing care specialist to help her. And that's pretty much my story in a nutshell. Anybody got any last minute questions and everything? Yes. Yep. Bridget, I'm going to be there with her. It's unfortunately with COVID, I won't be able to just wait at the hospital, but we're going to find out tomorrow and find out more when we get there, because they have relaxed some COVID restrictions in the area, and hopefully we Yeah, hopefully everything will go smooth. It should. Her surgeon is very confident. And now you have Ashley's luck, the luck of the Irish. Yes. And I love you all. And thank you. Bye-bye.